Hey everyone, welcome back. It is now March 9th of 2020, and ever since the release of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, a lot of fans around the world have been very intrigued about the future of the Star Wars franchise and exactly where things are going to go by Disney and Lucasfilm and exactly how they're going to handle the new trilogy and their new Star Wars universe. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about Star Wars is that as of right now, it is evolving. This is the main goal by Disney and Lucasfilm, is to evolve the Star Wars franchise into something completely new and different and unique than what we have ever seen before on the big screen or in the forms of a TV show, etc. Now, when we look at everything that's been happening behind the scenes with Kathleen Kennedy, with Bob Iger / Bob Chapek, and all the changes that are being applied over at Lucasfilm, you can really see that Star Wars is really reshaping itself. And this is all because of Bob Chapek and the new creatives coming on board, having more power over Kathleen Kennedy on the creative end, so this really is a good direction for Star Wars. Now, a lot of you may very well enjoy The Mandalorian and the Clone Wars Season 7. These two Star Wars TV shows was the major step for Disney Plus to use itself as a baseline to really propel fans into a new era of Star Wars. So when we look at everything related to it in that sense, what's really intriguing all has to do with creator Dave Filoni and of course the new Disney CEO Bob Chapek. Now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are finished with the Skywalker saga, they are focused on their new Star Wars trilogy of films as well as their new Star Wars universe. It's explained that Disney is currently in damage control mode in order to fix the Star Wars franchise and has plans to create more authentic stories for the new Star Wars universe. However, it's actually explained that Disney and Lucasfilm have now allowed Dave Filoni to take over the creative end of Star Wars and will be calling many of the shots of what eras will be introduced into the new Star Wars canon material. This is said to have taken effect as we know it right now. It's explained that Dave Filoni will be the one primarily responsible for bringing back Star Wars Legends, and is said to be taking over the creative end of Star Wars, and will have more power over Kathleen Kennedy as far as creative choices go. However, it's explained that the new Disney CEO, Bob Chapek, has Dave Filoni as one of his candidates to take over as head of Lucasfilm apart from the other unknown three, and to replace Kathleen Kennedy. This is said to currently be in negotiations and is said to all rely on the success of the Clone Wars Season 7 and the Star Wars Rebels sequel series that is currently in the works that will introduce brand new lore to the Star Wars franchise. It's explained that Disney has all eyes on Dave Filoni as a potential candidate to take over Lucasfilm in the near future. However, they are still uncertain if he could handle the business end of Star Wars, and are looking at others as well, 3 of them to speak, to create a better future for the brand. Now, what's really intriguing about all of this is that when we look at Bob Chapek, obviously the new CEO of Disney, really is going to treat Star Wars, it seems, in a more respectful manner. And I think that this is exactly what it should have been like from the very start. Here are 2 reasons why I love Dave Filoni. Number 1, he loves Star Wars at heart and knows Star Wars Legends. Number 2, he actually has a close friendship with of course, George Lucas. He actually worked very close with George on the original Clone Wars TV show, seasons 1 through 6, and he even approved a lot of the ideas for Dave Filoni. So George Lucas approved many of the ideas by Dave Filoni for the Star Wars lore. So you got that history there between Dave and George, and you can see that Dave really kind of made George Lucas and his legacy survive in the latest The Clone Wars Season 7. Now, sadly, I'm sure that a lot of you guys out there have heard that Disney censored some of the content and its material in the Clone Wars Season 7. I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but some scenes and some little bits and pieces are being cut out because they just want to. We'll get into that later. But when we look at everything related to Dave Filoni, like I've said before in the past, I love Dave Filoni. There's something about him where he's just got this vision and this passion for Star Wars that it just radiates. And you know that he really loves it at heart. And that's, I think, all that really matters. When you're running things over at Lucasfilm, you need to be in tune with exactly what Star Wars really is. I think that's the big problem as to why the sequel trilogy was kind of off. And when we look at The Mandalorian, it really is a very interesting TV show. The main reason why is because Kathleen Kennedy was not involved with the creative end of that TV series. and Jon Favreau had absolute full creative control. And that was all a move by Bob Iger to really leave behind a better legacy for Star Wars and for Disney Plus in general. So, like I say, guys, I mean, I'm very interested to see exactly what these new projects are going to look like. You know, later this year, we got The Mandalorian Season 2. They're trying to aim for the Star Wars Rebels sequel series to release in winter of this year, if not, maybe in early 2021. So I'm looking forward to that as well. And who cannot be excited about the Kenobi TV series releasing in late 2021, which is what they're aiming for as we know it. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Night to moon, we hear them moans again.